Good morning. I had to get me a cup of coffee. I had to get myself a cup of coffee. I like to think that it's good for me. Did you catch those pronouns? I was thinking about pronouns as I was walking to the coffee pot saying, I'm going to get me some coffee. And it's funny, then I was looking at your lesson and we're talking about I and me and we and us. So there we go. So let's look at our page. Page 163 and 164. Now, today we're going to learn something that's really easy. And I like to tell my kids this when I teach them things like this, that what you're fixing to learn is stuff that I learned when I was in school a little bit, but I don't think they teach it anymore in the public school system. So you're fixing to find out the correct way to do something that most of your peers probably don't know how to do. So pay close attention, and especially since we live in Texas and we have such a southern dialect, it's kind of hard for us to get our grammar just right. But if you'll pay attention to this, you can keep your southern dialect and you can use good grammar at the same time. All right, so let's look at our page here. All right, we're going to use the very top of the page to help us out here. Now, you know we've been talking about pronouns, okay? We're talking about subjects, subject pronouns, and object pronouns. And remember, object pronouns come after the verb. They come in the object part of the sentence, which is after the verb, okay? Some pronouns are singular and some are plural. All right, today we're going to talk about all of those things, but which ones to use that get messed up most of the time. So look at the very tippy top of page 163 in that yellow box. It says the pronouns I and we are subject pronouns. Okay, that means I has to be in the subject and we has to be in the subject. Like I found the missing puzzle piece, or I had to get some coffee. Okay, or how about we drank coffee together. Okay, those are pronouns that have to be in the subject. Okay, so look, go down to the bottom of that yellow box where it says Kevin and I. You see that? Kevin and I, whenever there's two people, you and someone else, you always name the other person first. Okay, so Kevin and I worked on a science project. Now look at the sentence right under that. Mom told Shanda and me. Why isn't it Shanda and I? Here's why. You see told in the sentence? That's the verb. And I is a subject pronoun. So you have to use me instead of Mom told Shanda and I. We think that's right, but it's not right because I cannot come after the verb. I has to stay in the subject. There's a trick that you can use that my teacher taught me how to tell which one's right. And that is leave out the other person's name and see if it sounds right. So look where it says Kevin and I. Okay, we're going to leave out Kevin and, okay, we're just going to use I. I worked on a science project. That's right. So what if it said Kevin and me? Kevin and me worked on a science. That's kind of how we speak around here, isn't it? But it's not correct. Kevin and me worked on a science project. Okay, take out Kevin and me worked on a science project. Doesn't sound good, does it? No. So that's the trick, is take the other person's name out and see which one sounds right. So let's try it on the second one. So Mom told Shanda and I about the winning project. Okay, so let's take out Shanda and. Ready? Mom told I about the winning project. Doesn't make sense. We have to use me. Mom told me about the winning project. See, it works every time. Take the other person's name out and see which one sounds right. And also you just look for that verb. And is I has to come before the verb, me comes after the verb. Okay? All right, let's go back up here to the second purple box. Okay? We're talking about me and us. Those are object pronouns. Those have to come after the verb in the object part. Hannah gave the money to me. It wouldn't sound right if you said Hannah gave the money to I. No, Hannah gave the money to me. The teacher took us on a field trip. All right, look at the next one. We and us can be used before a noun. We girls, or the teacher helped us students. Okay, it's kind of hard to, those are really messed up a lot. In fact, I use those incorrectly a lot of times. I know the right way to do it, but I don't always say it. So we girls, we can go in the subject because it can come before a noun. And then us can come before a noun in the object part of the sentence. Okay? All right, hope that makes sense to you. So let's look at the guided practice. So 1 through 4, you are going to choose which sentence is correct. Okay? On 5 through 10, you are going to underline the correct words to complete the sentence. So I'm going to have you pause this while you go ahead and work on those, and then we'll turn it on just to make sure you understand it before you do your final page. Okay? Go ahead. Okay, did you finish the guided practice? All right, so on number 1, you should have chosen the first one. I made a map of Africa out of dough. That's easy. Number 2, you should have done the first one. Jake helped me with the dough, because helped is the verb, so you can't put I after helped, right? Okay, so it would be Jake helped me. Okay. Number 3 should be the second one. We students mounted the map on plywood. And number 4 should be the first one. The teacher asked Jake and me about our map. Me, that's the object pronoun. It has to come after the verb. All right. On number 5, you should have underlined Jill and I, because that's before the verb, so that's subject. Number 6, you should have underlined us. Number 7, Chernell and me. Number 8, us. Number 9, I. And number 10, John and I. Now, if you missed several of these or you're not quite sure about this, could you send me a message so that I can send you some help on that? Because I'd like for you to get this really well. Look at your work text page 164. This is the one you're going to do. Now, you do not have to do the apply and listen, okay? Just do the rest of the page, all right? If you need any help, let me know. And if you got any of those on the guided practice wrong, or if you don't feel comfortable with doing this yet, if you feel like you need some more help on it, then just send me a note so I'll know, okay? All right, that'll be all for today.